We're here with Shaguar just after winning the CPL Winter 2004. Unbelievable. 2 matches in a row. First time anyone's ever done it. Man, how jacked up are you? Come on.
I feel all right.
Don't hold it in for us. Don't hold us in for us. Come on now. We know it. We know it.
It's amazing, man. It's such a good feeling to finally win a CPL. This is the 7th CPL that I've been to, and every single one I've come in, and I've known our team could have done well, but I never felt fully confident that we could win until this CPL, and it definitely paid off.
You know, you've been in both situations now. You were in the losing situation before, about a year ago, and now you're in the winning situation. Obviously, this feels better, but you know, would you guys build off of that? You know, you took that loss, and did that help you here in this situation, you think?
Well, I think we were in the losing situation both times. I mean, we had to beat them twice both times.
Yeah.
And it was a lot more intimidating back then because we had a much weaker team back then. We really relied on strong CT halves at the last CPL. We got lucky in the sense that we played the right maps at the right sides. I mean, our big matches against the Euros were on Cobble starting CT and then on Nuke starting CT against Mouse, both Mouse and Adrenaline. So we definitely got lucky there, and we knew that it was very, very unlikely that we could beat SK unless we got really lucky. We had much weaker lineup. I mean, you put the names together, you have BSL Knoxville compared to Element and Executor. It's just really no contest. They're all 4 are great players, but just their whole sense of the game, Element and Executor, is just on a whole different level.
Well, you know, you said you were better at CT side. It seemed like here, wow, you just were dominating terrorist halves. It wasn't even close. You guys dominated the first one 10-5. Now you dominate the second one 11-4. I mean, total different change in how you guys play.
Well, it's just Executor's knowledge of the game is just it's baffling. The way he just reads everything, and his strats are just impeccable. And the thing that makes Executor so special is that he knows how to play to his players' his strengths, you know, as opposed to other leaders, team captains or whatever, or leaders that in-game strat callers that, you know, they know good strats, but, you know, it worked with their first team or their old team. With Executor, he's able to take, you know, me and say, this is where I want you opping in this situation, in that situation, and he knows that I'll be able to do it really well.
Speaking of that, a couple of huge round. I don't even know how to describe it. 3 kill rounds where you guys just basically changed the moment of the match, created a situation where you guys put the eye on the defensive. I mean, talk about that a little bit. Talk about Mikey. Talk about yourself. You know, tough situations.
Well, those were huge. I mean, we've always had a stronger T side. Actually, we're pretty even on Inferno, but we were able to get really good when we get going. And as far as those 3v1s are concerned, I mean, I felt that in the final I was playing a lot weaker than I had been all tournament, and I think that was definitely time for, you know, something to happen. And that round was really big in the 3v1, and I may even have gotten a little lucky. I actually accidentally jumped, and then when I landed, I got 2 in a row there. So it was pretty
that
good.
One entry though, you came in and had a jumping AK hit spray in one of those rounds too. That was pretty impressive. I wanted to ask about Nikon too. Unbelievable. It seemed like every time they attacked his way, he got 2 kills at least. I mean, the guy was unbelievable on the entries. You talk a little bit about him.
Well, Nikon, I mean, the stats won't show it, but he's honestly one of the best players in the game right now. And I mean, he's not one of those players that's going to always drop big numbers, but he's always going to be consistent in the sense that if he's left in a one-on-one, we have Element and Executor on the team, but I feel actually more comfortable having Nikon in that one-on-one because he never, very rarely loses those situations. I mean, he won a lot of one-on-ones, big one-on-twos in this event, and he's really good at those entry kills, and he's got a mean M4 spray, and if you run into it, you're in trouble.
Yeah, you're definitely done for. I want to ask a little bit about the bear, obviously. First off, Mr. Shaguar, give me a little history.
Well, the history of Shaguar the Jaguar, I first took him to CPL Winter 2002. He actually hibernates during the summer. It gets too hot for him.
6 months.
Yeah, he doesn't come. He doesn't come to the summer events. He hasn't. He was here in 2002 with Zex when we placed 6th, which is really sort of, that was my first good CPL considerable. And then he came last winter when we placed 2nd, and I didn't bring him to summer because when I left from my hometown Toronto to California, I didn't bring him with me, and I never went back home, so I didn't have a chance to bring him to summer. And then I brought him back this year, and every single year I bring him.
You might have to remember to bring him now.
Yeah, every single time I bring him, we do better every single time. 6th, 2nd, 1st. So
I don't know if it can get any better now.
It really can't get any much better than that. Well, we won't lose next time.
Oh, there you go. I got to ask about the actual headband issue. The bet. Go ahead and tell me about that. You were telling me a little bit.
Well, me and Vilden, we talk a bit online here and there on MSN, and we were just doing our old shit talking thing. He'd randomly message me and be like, "Oh, you guys are in trouble. We're playing real good. Like, you better watch yourself." And I'm like, "We're playing good too." And he's like, so then we decided we had a bet because we were talking about good luck charms and stuff. And he has this queer-looking headband, this pink headband.
I've seen it, yes.
That he definitely looks hot on him, but he has that headband there, and he has not lost a match with it on. He didn't bring it to Noelva, but he brought it to ENC and CPL last summer where they won, so he was fully confident. So we bet against each other, and he said if we meet in the finals, which we did, ironically enough, the winner gets the other person's lucky charm.
Hey, have you worn it yet?
I went over there. I went over there because I obviously wanted to
congratulate,
just shake his hand or whatever. But I really, like, if they had beat us, I really did not want him to take him. I was thinking before the match, I was like, oh my God, if I lose, he's gone. What am I gonna do? So I felt bad. He was very willing to give it up though. He was pissed. He just took it off his head. He just threw it back at me and just threw a scarf on his computer. And it looks better on him anyway, so I gave it back.
That's nice of you. I got to ask one last question here. We talked a little bit about before we got on about how you really felt like you haven't lost a match. That one match before against I didn't work out in your favor. We had that tough ruling. Go over that a little bit and tell me what you think. Obviously you feel that way. What do you?
Well, I feel that I don't feel like we've made enough mistakes at this tournament to have lost a match. Maybe in the MIBR match, but we did in fact win that game. Yeah. So I feel like we won this CPL undefeated. I mean, I really do feel that we got gypped in that nuke match, but it was outside of our control. And the eyeballer guys, they did feel guilty because they felt like we outplayed them in the first half of the match. Yeah. And it really it's so demoralizing when you go into the second half knowing that you lose all those rounds. And sort of what happened was after the game when they did in fact win, if you're in the tournament area, you see how intense it gets. But after Eyeballers won, we didn't hear much of a cheer or anything. Yeah, they felt guilty about taking that win because they knew that we were playing better than them at that time.
Do you think that there was a little bit of a situation where maybe they weren't as confident as normally a team from Winner's Bracket is because of that situation? Yeah. It kind of felt like they were apprehensive. They saved a lot. They didn't really go after you guys. I think they were a little scared.
Yeah, I mean, going into that finals, they couldn't really say to each other, look, we've beaten these guys once. We can easily do it one more time before they beat us twice. Because I don't really feel like they felt that they won that match legitimately. I'm not saying that we would have won that match. I'm saying that, obviously we would have had a better chance.
It just was never really decided on the field, on the game. Yeah. Okay. I appreciate coming over. You go have fun with your team. Good luck.
I'd just like to give a little sponsor.
Oh, go right ahead. Definitely. I was going to let you there.
I'd just like to thank all our sponsors for, supporting us through all of this. I mean, we had a rough summer, but we're back in full top form, and so AMD, Kingston, X-Ray, A-Bit, all of you guys. Who am I? I'm forgetting someone. X-Ray Pad, did I mention? Shenbro for the cases. Just everyone, thank you so much.
And what was the original name of NOA?
The original... that was back when we were first deciding the names when we were flying to California, or where were we flying? Flying
LA or
LA, flying to LA or something. No, flying to France. We were trying to. I don't know where, but we were trying to decide what we should name the team originally, and my idea was the Alchemists Unleashed.
And he's off camera raising his hands right now.
Alchemist is off camera, yeah. So they didn't like that one, but I had some good ideas. So any of you guys out there looking for a clan name, come to me. I have a lot better than,
Not
more where that come from.
Thanks, man. Good luck.